And that's been something that very few people have been able to do. And if she presses and gets by her like she did in the Ogden Phipps, then she's got to hold off Clairiere and Malathaat, who are going to be rolling later. So we'll see what happens.
They're off. Latruska's got the jump. She's going to have a looks like soul lead.
And watch what happens first turn again. Now watch the space that's created between the 1 and the 2. Right? That is over a length of space that gets created just because of those paths. And that is the difference for going 2 turns, 1 1/8, and going 1 turn and 1 1/16. Is that space gets naturally created. Latruska gets comfortable more early in the race. 24 seconds, literally a second and a half slower than what they went last time they were in the Ogden Phipps.
If she loses from here, you've got it like that. That's it for her. Like, this is exactly the kind of trip that she won this race, by the way, last year, getting pressured. You remember every step of the way. She was hammered early, and then she got that onslaught where it was a 4-wide photo late. Clairiere, we haven't talked about this, reared up in the gate right before they were about to break. Out of the gate, Rosario immediately kind of reserved her and held her back. That's a very big gap. Now, we're not going to second guess Rosario on this show, but that is a very lengthy gap for the favorite.
Especially when they go 48 and 1 to the half. I mean, that is a slow first half mile for what we've seen from Latruska in the past and what we've seen search results in the past. You would think that the top 3 are pretty loaded at this point, and there's going to be take a monstrous effort for Clairiere to make up that type of ground.
You just see Jose Ortiz right now checking behind to see where Malathaat. He's probably looking for Clairiere, wondering where Joel Rosario is. He's got Flavian Pratt coming to the outside on search results. We're going to have a horse race here, Mike.
Yeah, it's down to these two, and this is exactly what search results needed to do, was sit outside of Latruska, and then the question was, can she get by? And the answer is yes. And now Malathaat going to make this run, and she's going to try and make it close. Is Malathaat?
Look at Malathaat! Holy smokes, Malathaat! Wow, big effort from Malathaat.
Yeah, no excuse there for Latruska. That was exactly the trip we wanted. Nope. She just wasn't good enough. Search results, excellent effort. I don't know where that came from Malathaat. We've been waiting to see that for 2 or 3 times. She had a better trip. We talked about her 3 wide last time. That was a hell of an effort there from Malathaat. That's what we were looking for 2 back, and that's what we were looking for last race, and we just didn't get it. That's actually wildly frustrating as a bettor to see her run that race after running those other 2. But what are you gonna do?
Wow, and a very improved effort. And we're watching the replay now, and she put in the gear. She's her style. This is how Malathaat has won races. Is she's a grinder. There's nothing flashy about that turn of foot. She just keeps coming and coming and coming. She's like the Energizer Bunny. I will say one possible angle. Hindsight's 20/20 here. One possible angle. This was her second time wearing blinkers, and I know sometimes, Mike, that's an angle that you like. Is that the first time the blinkers are on, the horse isn't always. Each horse is different. The horse isn't always responsive right away. But keeping the blinkers on when she regressed, you could say, last time out in the Ogden Phipps, it seems like it worked out for her here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the last time out in the Shuby.
This was just a night and day difference in the effort, right? And we talked about how she never looked comfortable last time that she ran, and that Clairiere just looked comfortable the entire time. This time, Malathaat looked comfortable throughout that race, ranged up well on the backstretch, and kind of ran into Latruska in search results, and then wheeled 3 wide after saving ground and just went right by. I mean, this was what you expected in the Breeders' Cup distaff from Malathaat. This is what we thought we were going to see from Malathaat when she was running in the Shuby. This is what we thought we were going to see in the Ogden Phipps, which the race set up beautifully for her. It's the first time we've actually seen it. A really improved effort, third off the layoff. This is the frustrating part about Malathaat, because now you get her at 3-1. She's going to get bet now off this effort. And now what do you do with her in the future? Because she's still a hard horse to trust. And this was, maybe it's the blinkers here. Maybe the blinkers made that difference. I'll be interested to see what the numbers come back here. But this was a good race. I mean, they went 111 to 6 furlongs. They went 135 to the mile, and they came home in 148. So racehorse times here, and Malathaat looked great. Clairiere, you kind of just draw a line through because of that break.
Yeah, Clairiere never got out of 5th place there. I'm going to say that something happened when she reared up, she got nicked or something, because from the moment she broke, she was slow and just never seemed engaged. Even when Crazy Beautiful was several lengths behind the top 3, didn't show any interest in wanting to try and pass her. So we'll wait and see what, hopefully she's okay, comes out of this. Malathaat, I agree with you, Mike. 3-1 was probably the best price you could get on her for the rest of her career. But she picks up that big win, finally turns the tables on Clairiere. Let's take a look at this from a Breeders' Cup distaff position. This wasn't a winning year in this year. I don't understand why, but Let's assume we're talking Breeders' Cup here. How do we want to look at these horses? How do you rank them right now, Mike?
Well, I would assume we're not going to see Latruska at the Breeders' Cup. She got everything her own way there and was not able to get the job done. So I kind of agree here with Bree. I think we're off to motherhood for Latruska and that she's just not quite the same horse she was. I think Search Results is 100% a threat. I don't know if she can win, but she is definitely a threat there. Clairiere and Malathaat. Look, I don't trust Malathaat. And now we need to see what the pace setup is too, because if Latruska doesn't go, this pace is all of a sudden a lot slower. So we'll see what happens when you kind of roll out these top three horses, or when you roll out Search Results, Clairiere and Malathaat out of this. One thing you might want Clairiere back. If you liked her today, this is a draw of the line through it. The break was the reason she ran okay after that. She kind of quit once she started to make up ground in the stretch. If you like Clairiere, this isn't the reason to stop liking her. This is the reason to hope we get a better price on her next time out. Malathaat's the problem here, right? Because if it was the blinkers, Malathaat's the best horse in this race. She was the best horse in this race two back and didn't get the job done after we saw Latruska kind of give it up after the pressure. So Malathaat becomes the problem for me, whether or not you want to use that horse going forward and whether or not you trust this effort, especially at a shorter price next time.
Let us know what you thought in the chat. This is, the distaff is 1.1 miles. That is correct. It'll be at Keeneland. Malathaat, correct me if I'm wrong, won the Ashland Stakes. I'm going to pull up her chart here. Yep, she won the Ashland Stakes at Keeneland. That was off of that long break, by the way. Remember, she was coming back from 4 months away and had to neck out that victory and then went straight to the Kentucky Oaks. And then she also won the Double Dog Dare. So Malathaat is 2 for 2 at Keeneland, is now 3 for 6, never off the board at the distance. She's not the flashiest horse, but man, she's got to almost be a lock to hit the board in the distaff, right?
I would say to hit the board, I think Truth Exposed mentions a horse we haven't talked about yet, who's probably going to be your favorite in the distaff now. Nest, if she goes there, which I assume she will, Nest is going to be very, very, very tough in the distaff, and she will be your favorite.
All right, Slim,
Nest,
here we go.
Nest,
there we go.
Nest versus Malathaat. What will Todd do? Maybe he puts Nest in the classic then, He's going to have the 2 top choices. But, yeah, the whole race complexion was changed. I was standing, as I said, right at the break, and Clairiere just banged her head on the gate twice in a row. So,
That's what it was.
Yeah, she acted up twice in the gate. There you go, the Personal Ensign winner, Malathaat.